Good morning, students. I am Ms. Shalja Verma, PGT Economics from Alliance International Senior Secondary School, Bannu. Today we are going to start with chapter number 12, Natural Resources, Land, Soil and Water Resources. So let's see what are resources. So resource is something which satisfy our needs. It can be easily available in the environment, which should be technologically accessible, and it should be economically feasible too. It means it should be pocket friendly. You, me, and others should afford it. And it should be culturally acceptable. Also, human beings like you, me, and others, we are also a very important part of resource as we transform material available in the environment. So let's see that what is the classification of resources. So first, resources are classified on the basis of origin. It means from where they come from. What is the source from where we get the resources? So first, either they are the biotic resources. It means the resources which are obtained from the biosphere. They have life. They can smell, they can breathe, they can walk, etc. For example, flora, fauna, fishes, animals, cattle, human beings, etc. Or it can be abiotic. It means they are composed of non-living things. For example, rocks and minerals which cannot breathe, which cannot walk, etc. So, next is that the resources are classified on the basis of their exhaustibility. First, either the resources are renewable, it means they can be renewed or reproduced again and again, either by the means of physical, chemical, or the mechanical process. For example, solar energy, wind energy, etc. Or resources can be non-renewable also. It means they cannot be renewed or reused. Also, they take millions of years to form again. For example, minerals, fossil fuels, etc. Next, resources can also be classified on the basis of ownership. Either the resources are privately owned, that is on the basis of individual. It means the resources are owned by a private person individually. For example, a well, a pond, a house, etc. Or it is community owned. It means a specific thing which belongs to all the members of the community. For example, a park. Next, either a resource can be national. It means a resource that belongs to a particular country and other countries cannot use that resource. For example, minerals, water, forest, wildlife, etc. Next, resources can also be classified on the basis of status of development. First, either the resources can be potential, it means they are found in a region but they are not being utilized by the people. For example, wind and solar energy in Gujarat and Rajasthan. Next, resources, they can be developed as well. For example, resources that are surveyed. For example, coal. Third, resources can also be classified on the basis of stock. It means they can fulfill our needs, but we don't have appropriate technology to use that specific resource. For example, hydrogen can be a very good fuel, but we don't have that appropriate technology to use hydrogen as a fuel, so we don't use it. Last but not the least, resources can also be classified as reserved. It means we have the resources now, but we have kept it reserved for our future generation. For example, producing hydroelectricity from dams. So, we studied about the classification of resources today. I hope you all understand. So, thank you and good luck for the